Why can this man sense danger when others can't?
I suddenly thought, it's time I've got to get the lads out.
How can an experience like this help us know whether to trust people? And how can this woman master complicated moves just by thinking about it? The answers lie in the most wondrous part of each and every one of us, our mind. There have been huge advances in our understanding of the human body, but the human mind is perhaps the final frontier in our understanding of ourselves. In this series, we'll be discovering how it works and how we can all make the most of it. In this first program, we'll be finding out how our mind learns about the world around us. We'll see an amazing treatment that changed this boy from a couch potato into a top student. We'll get tips from the 2002 World Memory Champion. And we'll be discovering how all this allows us to have new and original ideas. Every waking second, without even realizing it, our mind is at work learning about the world about us. But our capacity to learn is even greater than we think. By discovering how our mind works, we can improve our learning power and unlock our true potential. Alison Ross is a woman who hopes to do just that. She wants to achieve what many of us only dream of: take up a completely new challenge and leave her old life behind. At 43, Alison wants to swap her life as a homemaker for the pressures and rewards of a midwife in a busy hospital. For her, it's a huge challenge. But to achieve her dream, Alison is going to have to learn many new skills. And that means physically restructuring her brain. For Alison, as for every single one of us, learning something new means rearranging the way her brain works. Has an astonishing 100 billion neurons, or brain cells, all connected together. Learning is about creating and strengthening pathways through these neurons for impulses of electricity. But between each and every connection in our brains, there's a tiny gap called a synapse. For any of us to learn something new, the electrical signal has to jump across this gap to continue its journey. The gap between the two brain cells is tiny, but that doesn't mean it's straightforward for a signal to get from one side to the other. For us, it's like crossing a deep ravine. And getting from one side to the other should tell us something about the way we learn. The first time a signal crosses from one brain cell to the other demands the most effort. And it's the same when we cross our ravine. The first trip across is the hardest. Having crossed the ravine once, the journeys across get easier and easier. And a similar thing happens when we learn something. To start with, learning is difficult.